Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Mayfly Disc Golf made by amateurs for amateurs. I'm Andrew here again with Mr. Randy May.
Hey, glad to be here, Andrew.
Yeah. And we're doing the back nine coverage here at OCU's course in Edmond, Oklahoma, with our very first featured card with the Olson family. Starting off with Ron here. We've got Jonathan Olson and Chris Olson.
Yeah, nice family. I'm glad that appreciate them letting me shoot them.
Yeah, and kicking us off here at hole 10, it's 356 feet. You're going to see a lot of people play sort of towards the open side to the left there. But you can see the basket just behind the trees.
Watch this shot.
And this is a typical play here. So forehand off the tee. Wow.
Look at that.
Just smooth.
It was a close
Absolutely
ace.
smooth.
Oh, and
Yeah,
by
and
the
that's
way, a
perfect.
friend of mine told me there's poison ivy down in there. So
Oh, that's good to know. So for any players playing the OCU course, make sure and look out for poison ivy.
down in that, yeah. Stay out of the right gully.
Yeah. Now Chris throws a bit of a hyzer shot, puts himself to the left of the trees there, which actually isn't a bad play. You do have a look at the basket from that position. So Ron looks like he does kind of the same thing, maybe leaves it just a little shorter than Chris.
Not a bad place to be, though. You got to look to get up to the basket.
Yeah. Great
That was a
approach
nice-
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can see Jonathan walking to his disc there. And now we'll see what Chris does. Big jumper.
Oh, and he hit the tree.
Oh, man, that's tough. Yeah, that's one thing. It doesn't seem like it. It was a great bid from
Yeah.
Jonathan.
I was really wanting him to get a birdie on that.
Yeah, really well deserved. But it is tough. I think it's very deceiving on this hole that it is a bit of a low ceiling because of all those trees. You can't, necessarily throw jumpers. But still, not a bad bid from Chris.
No, it was really good.
We've got a par putt here for Ron. Just about hits it.
If
Hits
you
the
watch
pad.
the front and back nine all the way through and see how many times Ron was just so close to making the putt, it would have cut his score in half. I mean, he was just right there all the time. But
Yeah. Yeah, and I noticed that, Ron's putt kind of changed after hole 3 or 4. He was kind of throwing some kind of bigger, up in the air shots or putts. And then his putts now are a little bit more standard, more of a hyzer shot into the basket.
so I missed Jonathan and Chris's off the tee. I don't know why, but so that was my bad.
Okay.
Sorry,
Well,
guys.
Yeah.
But you'll
well-
see
well-
where they ended up. So
Yeah. And Ron, he's pretty far from the basket here, but honestly throws a great approach shot and
Mhm.
puts him probably within, 30 or 40 feet of the basket. Also a great approach from Chris.
yeah, they did great on this hole.
And Jonathan with almost a skip in, just if it had a little extra distance on it.
Yeah, you guys go out there and get your camera, your iPhone, go out and film you some rounds and film your shots and have a good time with it. Come back and look at them. It's a good way to critique yourself. I know, Andrew, you do that a lot.
Yeah, I do it quite a bit. If I'm playing around with friends, I try to play, I try to shoot my round almost every single time, just so I can watch my form, make sure that I'm doing things correctly.
So can I have this hole?
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
Hole 12, par 3, 268 feet. And the best shot is hitting those trees at least 3 or 4 times before you can finally get one through is the play.
Yeah, that is the standard play now. If you are, a non-traditional player, then you'll play something like what Jonathan just did and throw pretty stock hyzer, or you can throw a turnover backhand on this hole.
If you look at the trees on both of them, you can see like worn spots where disc have been hitting, especially the one right there on the left
Oh, I'm sure.
for tree.
Yeah, these trees are kind of tough to beat. That's a great shot from Ron.
Yeah.
I mean, just misses it. I mean, still has a bit of a way to go towards the basket, but man, this is honestly a pretty great
Look at
shot
that.
off
Oh.
the tee. And great shot from Chris too.
And Ron's coming in with a good shot too. Man, layups
Yeah.
are the key sometimes to getting a really good score. If you can get a good layup and avoid the hard putt.
Looks like Jonathan's got a bit of a low ceiling here. Oh, just missed.
I wanted him to have that one too.
Yeah,
You know he wants that back.
that's a tough break. But you know that if you can get close to a birdie on this hole, it's pretty incredible. Those trees off the tee they're hard to beat. They're very, very hard to beat.
Yeah. I've birdied this one 3 or 4 times because I can get a good, backhand with a good handy kind of going down and right to the basket. But I can remember the first few times I played this course, I was beating those trees up.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it just takes a lot of finesse. Now,
Big one.
big, yeah. This is a big hole, 490 feet, hole 13, par 3. Right where we zoom in here is that grouping of trees is where the basket is at. Pretty well guarded, but with this nice big open fairway, you're going to see a lot of people just throwing kind of a stock backhand with a little bit of hyzer just so it can kind of crash towards the trees there. Jonathan throws sort of an anhyzer flex out of the hand.
Yeah, he bombed that one.
Yeah. And Chris throws a really
Andrew, I think I
smooth
checked
backhand.
UDisc, and this is a par 3, and I'm telling you, that long of a hole, par 3 with a guarded basket, it's out of my league.
Yeah. Yeah, holes like this is what I like to call a true par 3. You're not really looking to try and get a birdie because going for the birdie is honestly just going to put you out of position. You want to play it safe, play for the par, and try and score some points on the other holes, on the other more scoreable holes.
Yeah, I've tried rollers, I've tried all sorts of things. The only thing I've been successful is staying far to the right and then kind of coming through that big gap right here to the right and then up into the basket area. I've been successful one time, I think. Other than that, it's a bogey for me.
Yeah. Good approach from Chris. Got a bit of a lucky tree there. Close putt for Ron. Now,
Yeah.
was that a putt for par?
No, that was a bogue,
Okay.
I believe.
Okay. And that's what I wasn't sure of. And Jonathan's actually still got a little bit of work here on his
Yeah,
putt.
and he hit the chain.
Oh.
He was just a little right from dead center, and he would have nailed that.
That's tough. It's funny because his approach looks so clean coming on that anhyzer forehand. I'm kind of surprised that I don't know if
he
it
did
skipped.
that.
Oh,
Yeah, the grass is a lot shorter up in there, and you're not getting it. Your disc to slow down. So anyway, hole 14.
yeah. So we're looking at a 318-foot par 3. If you can, you just want to throw something flat and straight, or if you want to throw a bit of like a hyzer flip to flat and get your distance. Now, while these guys are going, Randy May's got a great story for you on this hole.
I do.
Yeah, the roller
Oh.
story.
Oh no, that was on a different hole. But I have birdied this hole with one big long shot when you and I were playing at that time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, that was back on the front 9.
Gotcha. Okay.
That big long one. one thing I noticed just kind of, and then Ron was kind of talking about it, and I was saying this on the front nine coverage that this course is about almost 6,200 feet. It's a good 3.5 mile walk at least, and it's a good hour and 45 minutes for 2 people and a couple hours for 3 people. It's grueling, and for somebody Ron's age and my age to get through this course, and it's tough. I mean, by the time I'm at hole 16, 17, I'm just like, God, I don't even want to do 18, and
Right.
because there's some elevation coming up, and so. But my hat's off to Ron and what he's doing out here today.
Yeah. And looking at the players here, we've got a great birdie from Jonathan. We had an incredible putt from Chris from probably 50, 60 feet, at least outside circle 1. That was a great putt, and a great birdie for Jonathan.
Okay, this is a must get, Andrew.
Yes, this is. This is a 250-foot par 3. Basket is just straight dead ahead from the tee. Very easy to get. My typical play on this would be just a pretty standard forehand. Jonathan throws his shot, and it kind of gets away from him a little bit.
Yeah, he had an early release because I was putting money on he was going to birdie this hole.
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised that he didn't go with the forehand on this. I know that some risk is popping up into the parking lot there, but honestly, I think if you have enough touch, you should be able to get a forehand up next to that basket.
Yeah, he was saying that the tee pad for this on the old way when he used to play it was clear over to the right, over on the path by the building there.
Oh, okay.
So it was kind of a new shot for him.
Wow, and that was a great bid from Chris. Jonathan puts himself right under the basket, so he'll have an easy tap-in par.
All I can say is you guys come play this course, because I've turned several people onto this course, and they just keep coming back because it is a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a bit of a hidden gem. I feel like not a lot of people play the OCU course. I think there's a bit of an intimidation factor with it being on university property, but really it's a great course to play. There's a lot of technical shots, but then there's also room for big hyzer bombs and just kind of trying to test your mettle.
So the play for this, it's really misleading when you see the basket up that you want to throw to it. But it is a long way to the top of that hill. So you want to stay pretty far right if you don't have the power like Jonathan, so that you can get up on this hill to play that. I have hyzered down that hill so many times I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, Jonathan put himself in a really great position. And Ron throws, looks like he just had a bit of a late. Yeah, it looks like it was just kind of a late release.
Now that's a great throw.
And that's a great throw from Chris. Yeah, if you can kind of crest the top of that hill and at least have a look at the basket, you put yourself in good position. Totally feasible to try and, with the elevation, you're looking at closer to about, I would say, maybe 380 feet instead of 327. But, if you've got the arm and you can throw, a good long shot, I think it's totally feasible to get to the basket and be within birdie range.
Look at that.
That's just an incredible jumper.
Oh my gosh.
That's a lot of skill.
Yeah.
Jonathan's put himself in a great position. I'm guessing that's Ron's throw, puts himself, obviously for a tap in.
Yeah, handicap parking right there.
That's right.
Yeah, it's just good to see dad and sons out having a good time together, man. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah. And that's really all you're looking for. It's just having a good time. Just some easy tap-ins.
Yeah, and you know, Ron never got frustrated. He just played. He just had a good time.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us about this hole. This is great.
So hole 17, big wide open fairway. You've got the basket that's 350 feet from the tee. Because of the downhill elevation, you're actually looking closer to probably 325, 320. It doesn't seem that long. The tough thing on this hole is the wind. Depending on which way the wind is pushing, it's going to change how your disc is going to move towards that basket. You know, if you're looking at a headwind, you probably want to throw something a little bit stable. If you've got a tail, you definitely want to throw something understable.
Yeah, and you don't want to throw up. You want to throw flat at least, you know.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to give yourself, you know, make the hole any harder by throwing.
What are you up, 30 feet, maybe 25?
Yeah, I'd say roughly about 30 feet. And Ron actually, surprisingly enough, you know, despite throwing mostly hyzers on the day, threw a bit of an anhyzer on this.
Okay, watch this.
Oh my gosh!
Yes, sir.
Did he make it in the basket?
Yes, sir.
Wow,
he
that's
did.
Incredible.
I said, give me your victory wave.
That's a great jumper from Chris. That's actually
that
one of the.
Must have been about 120 feet or more.
Yeah, that's one of the better jump putts that I've seen. I mean, even compared to some professionals, like that's a really, really strong jump putt.
These two guys, man, they live in Emporia, man. Of course they know how to play disc golf.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Great bird. Doing some good tap-ins for Jonathan and Ron, which moves us on to giving him the praise. Moving us on to hole 18, 362 feet. You can see the basket's tucked between the 4 trees there. You're really just going to throw pretty standard distance driver shot. Just try and get yourself to the basket.
Pad. He took it from his brother.
Good for him. Well deserved after a jump out like that. Absolutely. So Chris is opting to go kind of onto the left side of the fairway. You do actually have a better look at the basket if you're, you know, playing a little bit shorter. Jonathan's going for a big forehand here.
Oh, that was nice, except it hit the tree. Man, that was...
Yeah, that was going straight for the basket. That was a great throw by Jonathan.
Okay, after Ron threw this, he's like, I'm done. I was like, I don't blame you, buddy, man. I'm always done on this hole.
Yeah. You know, hole 18 after playing the rest of this course, after playing 1 through 17, hole 18's tough. I mean,
well, you got to climb 17, and it just takes it out of you.
Yeah. You know, 360 feet feels more like 400 by the time you're finished your round. But great approaches from Chris and from Ron. Jonathan's looking at a very short approach here.
Butter shot.
Very smooth. And everybody should be within putting range. This is a great bid from Ron. Just hitting the top of the basket.
I think we should
great putt from Chris. And then Jonathan should have a very easy putt here for his par. These guys really genuinely did play a great round. You know, a lot of unique style between the 3 of them, and it was a pleasure doing commentary for them. I'm really happy that we got to do this for them, and I appreciate them letting us do the commentary for them.
Oh, I do too. My hats off to these guys. They're so nice, and I appreciate them very much. Yeah.
Well, Olsen family, if you guys get to watch this, thank you guys again for letting us shoot you around. Guys, this has been Mayfly Disc Golf. Thank you guys for watching, and we hope you guys watch some of our other videos. Make sure and like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the course.
Yeah, give us some comments. I don't care if they're bad or good. I just want to hear your comments, man. Peace out.
Yeah. See ya.